We are here in the West Loop in Chicago at POWkickboxing.com, and we're going to go through lunges. A lot of people come in and complain that they don't want to do lunges because they have bad knees, when in truth, a lot of people have knee problems because they have poor stability and an imbalance in the strength of the muscles of their legs. That's not underselling those that truly have knee injuries or any chronic condition, but it's important to know that lunges might be a good option for you in strengthening your legs, and perhaps it might just be your alignment is not in the correct place, and that's why lunges tend to bother you. There's also a lot of variations on lunges. Lunges can also be referred to as split squats. I'm just going to call it kind of a blanket lunge lesson. One of the ways that we tend to do lunges here is we step back into them a lot, particularly in our warm-up. It's a very dynamic way to warm your body up. As you step back, notice that my shoulders and my hips are on top of each other. You don't want to step back and then hinge from your hips, bending forward. Lunges are functional in that you do have to learn to balance, you have to support your own body weight, and there's a lot of things that we do in life that require this type of movement. I love stepping back into lunges or split squats because of this extension that I get through my hip flexor. And that is valuable for me because my hips get used a lot from kicking. You're going to drop back with one leg, the ball of the foot is the connection. Shoulders are on top of the hips, abs are of course integrated in. And when I say integrated, I want you to kind of put on an imaginary corset so that your rib cage is also kind of narrowing down towards your belly button. You're going to lower the knee down to a level that's comfortable for you. Everyone has different flexibility. And we want to keep right angles at this knee. That's the first thing. The back knee is somewhere between, let's say, a 90 and 120 degrees. If that knee is in a very, very acute angle, then your front knee is also going to be an acute angle. I like rear stepping lunges because of this hip extension component, which I think most people need some element of hip extension with their dynamic movement. Now from the front, when I do step back, you want to be careful of this, where the knee barrels in or internally rotates, causing misalignment in the joint. These are definitely factors that could cause problems with your knee and injury to your knee. So when you step back into your lunges, keep the joints all on top of each other. You want them to be stacked. My shoulders are stacked on my hips, and then as I lower down into my lunge, my knee is stacked more or less on top of my ankle. Then I would step back up. As I step back onto the ball of my foot, weights or no weights, it doesn't really matter. I still want to maintain my posture, lowering this knee straight down to a level of flexibility that's comfortable for me, and then bring my feet back to my starting or set position. A second way to do lunges is to step forward, which is kind of the traditional way that most people do lunges. They step forward. But what happens is they overshoot their stride. So their stride is just too long for them or too short. So we don't want to stride like this, once again causing that acute angle at the knee. And we don't want something so long that you can't really physically get yourself back without compromising your lower back stability. So you want to kind of gauge that by doing maybe some standing lunges or split squats first, where you get a good gauge of what the length of this stride should be. And then you lower yourself down to a point where you're isolating the lunge in a standing, steady position. You're connected to the ground firmly, and you know you have right angles at your knees and your shoulders are stacked on your hips. Once you know you have gotten that and you have control over that movement, then you can add alternating lunges, stepping forward, and you can even combine the exercise where you step back and then step forward. Your hands would make a natural change in moving in opposition, and that's going to help you with balance. And then you could do the same thing by isolating it on the other leg. Lunges are worth learning because you can do them everywhere. You're stuck in a hotel, do lunges. You're at home and you need a workout, do lunges. You're out running, do lunges. Lunges are a great exercise. Variations and simple progressions could be, once again, the lunging back, lunging forward, coming up, balancing and hold, and then doing the other side. Lunging back. Anytime you add balance to an exercise, you're increasing the stability of your joints. So that's just a basic entry into lunges.